Hello, friends. Welcome to ASPM's Daily Munchies. We are starting with a series on international organizations. So, today let us begin with the ILO. ILO is the International Labour Organization. It was established as an agency of the League of Nations following the World War I. It is the only tripartite united UN agency since 1919 that brings together the governments, the employers, and the workers of almost 187 member states to set labor standards, develop policies, and devise programs promoting decent work for all men and women. The main aims of the ILO are to promote rights at work, to encourage decent employment opportunities, to enhance social protection, and to strengthen the dialogue of work related issues. Now, let's go on to the timeline of ILO. In 1919, ILO was founded as a part of Treaty of Versailles that ended the First World War to reflect the belief that universal and lasting peace cannot be achieved without social justice. So, social justice was considered to be central for a lasting peace. In 1944, the Declaration of Philadelphia states that the labor is not just a commodity. So the states are to establish basic human and economic rights and to uphold such rights of the state for the laborers. In 1946, ILO became the first specialized agency of the United Nations. In 1969, ILO's work was recognized and the organization was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. In 1998, the Declaration of Fundamental Principles and Rights at Work was came into being, and it creates a core set of labor standards. So, which is a very important document or a declaration which is followed all over the world. In 2008, the Declaration of Social Justice for a Fair Globalization was formed. In fact, ILO's main role, a central role, was to uphold the rights of labor standards in an era of globalization. The Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development places decent work for all at the center of all policies for sustainable and inclusive growth and development. 2019 marks 100 years of social justice and decent work, standards for decent work. It's a centenary year for ILO. Now let's look into details of ILO and what is the meaning of advancing social justice. ILO strives for advancing social justice because it is very important. Unless and until there is social justice, there shall not be a lasting peace. So there would be conflicts between the class conflict basically would arise if there is no social justice. So the ILO is the UN agency for world of work. It sets international labor standards, promotes rights at work, encourages decent labor employment opportunities, and enhancement of social protection and standing of such schemes. ILO has a very unique structure, the tripartite structure. In fact, as a UN agency, the ILO Secretariat has its headquarters at Geneva, that is in Switzerland, and a global network of technical experts and field offices also present in almost more than 40 countries. The International Labour Conference meets once a year to adopt new international labor standards and to approve ILO's work plan and budget. The governing body, which is the Executive Council of the ILO, meets almost 3 times a year in Geneva. Now, what do we understand by promoting decent work? Decent work includes firstly, creating jobs. After creating jobs, extending social protection at the jobs. Then promoting social dialogue if there is any conflict. And guaranteeing all rights at the workplace, basically. So the ILO encourages economies to generate investments, entrepreneurships, skill development, job creations, and sustainable livelihoods. It leads to job creation. After creating jobs, it ensures that there should be social protection for the women and men equally. It ensures that both men and women have safe and have safe environment, have adequate free time and rest. It also takes into account family and social values. It provides for adequate compensation in case of lost or reduced income and permits access to adequate resources. While promoting social dialogue, it promotes strong and independent workers and employees organizations to increase the productivity. These organizations form a platform to negotiate with the employers for the rights of the people, for social protection, for rights at work. In fact, it is visualized as a cohesive society, building up a cohesive society through employers organizations. Now, it also the ILO also guarantees rights at work. It guarantees obtaining recognition and respect for the right of the workers. So all workers, in particular the disadvantaged and the poor workers, need representation, participation, and laws that protect their rights at work. Okay, friends. Now this is just a revision of what we have seen. ILO was founded in 1919 after the World War One, and it is first UN specialized agency in 1997, 187 members. In 1969, the ILO received the Nobel Peace Prize for improving fraternity, peace among nations, pursuing decent work and justice for workers, providing technical assistance to developing nations. Very important point from the prelims point of view. In 2009, the organization convened the Global Commission on Future of Work, and it discussed what shall be the standards of workers, what should be the protection for the rights of the workers in an era of globalization. Now, the Director General of ILO, Guy Ryder, has said, today, more than ever, decent work opportunities for all are the key to inclusion, social justice, and stability and peace. In a world of work undergoing transformative change, governments, workers, and employers must come together to build the future of work we want. Thank you so much.